Why did everyone say I was overreacting about after-school tutoring? Mrs. Bailey's academic achievement program was the most popular thing at my middle school. It ran every Wednesday and Friday after school, and everyone said it was amazing for your grades. Mrs. Bailey had been teaching 7th grade for 12 years, and parents loved her because she was so dedicated to student success. But Mrs. Bailey had one rule that drove me crazy. Only boys from 5th through 7th grade could attend. No girls allowed. Boys need more academic support at this age, she explained at back-to-school night. Research shows they fall behind girls, so this program helps level the playing field. Every parent nodded like this made perfect sense. The boys who attended bragged about how easy it was. She basically gives us the test answers, my classmate Spence said. Plus, Mrs. Bailey makes you feel really special, like you're her favorite. Lucas was always talking about how he lasted the whole hour during Wednesday's session, and how Mrs. Bailey said he was so mature for his age. I was struggling in math and desperately needed extra credit, but when I asked to join, Mrs. Bailey said no. This program is specifically designed for boys. I went to regular lunch tutoring instead, and it was nothing like what the boys described. Hard problems, actual work, no easy extra credit. Meanwhile, Spence went from a C to an A just by attending twice a week. I was so jealous. I complained to my parents. Why can only boys go? That's discrimination. Spence barely does any work. My dad shrugged. Mrs. Bailey probably has her reasons. When I kept bringing it up, my mom got annoyed. You're being dramatic. Just work harder. The boys acted like they were in some exclusive club. They'd whisper about sessions and laugh about inside jokes. Mrs. Bailey gave me a special reward yesterday, Lucas told Spence in the hallway. Said I was her best student. Lucky, Spence replied. I can't wait for Friday. She said she has something special planned just for me. I was furious. Why did they get special treatment and I got nothing? I went to the principal. Mrs. Bailey's program only allows boys and it's not fair. Principal Hughes barely looked up. Mrs. Bailey's program has improved male student performance significantly. The data supports it. When I wouldn't drop it, parents called mine. Your daughter is causing problems. She's jealous. Mrs. Bailey pulled me aside. I heard you've been complaining. That's very disrespectful. It's not fair that only boys get easy extra credit and special rewards. Those boys work very hard for me. They give me their full attention. Maybe if you focused on your studies instead of being jealous, you wouldn't need extra credit. Some boys who attended regularly started acting different, quieter. Lucas stopped bragging and kept to himself, but others still couldn't wait. Mrs. Bailey makes me feel important, one 5th grader said. She says I'm special. My guidance counselor called me in. You seem obsessed with something that doesn't involve you. Mrs. Bailey is an award-winning teacher. Those boys need extra support and she's generously providing it. When I suggested other girls complain to the school board, their parents told them to stay away from me. She's causing drama. She's just jealous. My own parents grounded me. Mrs. Bailey is a respected teacher and you're embarrassing us. By spring, everyone used me as an example. Don't be like her. Then in April, 2 police officers and a woman from the district office showed up at my house. We need to ask about Mrs. Bailey's after-school program. Finally, adults wanted to hear about the discrimination. The program is completely unfair. Only boys get easy extra credit and special rewards. They get to feel special and I don't. Tell us what the boys said about the program, the male officer said, writing fast. I explained everything I'd overheard. How Spence said you barely had to work. How Lucas bragged about lasting the whole hour and getting special rewards. How boys talked about Mrs. Bailey making them feel special and important. The officers exchanged looks and wrote faster. You were right to pay attention, the district representative said carefully. See? I looked at my parents. I told you it wasn't fair. My mom's face went white. What's this about? We can't discuss details, but your daughter's complaints about the selection criteria and what she reported are part of our investigation timeline. After they left, I felt victorious. The next day, school was canceled. Mrs. Bailey had been arrested. I assumed it was the discrimination. Then boys who'd been attending started talking to counselors about what actually happened during those sessions. Things that had nothing to do with extra credit. Things that explained why Lucas got quiet. Things that made parents pull their kids out crying. Things that made my mom apologize over and over. The district's letter explained my complaints about unfair selection criteria, and the concerning statements I'd reported helped establish a pattern. Years later, I finally understood it was never about the extra credit.